Guys, Saksham and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a great day. I'm going to keep this video really short. It's about Instagram, it's about Instagram grids and how you can really build up your Instagram profile. Not in detail, but it's more like the technical parts of it, what you can do to help. But again, it's not like analytics or any with proof. So that's up. And also in the last video, it was about the Rode Video Micro. I have one tip that I forgot to mention. I left a comment about that, so I will be talking about that all the way towards the end of this video. And if you just want to watch that, I will leave a little timestamp in the description or as a comment, pinned comment, so it's easy for you to navigate. So if you don't know about Instagram, it's just like another social media platform. There are lots of social media platforms from Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, and I don't know if you will consider LinkedIn as a social media platform, but it's a platform. Before, originally, Instagram was never a platform what it is now. If I just read what the real creators of Instagram had to say, and that was basically Instagram is a photo sharing app, and that was pretty much it. Now you can share photos, you can share videos, you can do live stories, even recording, you can do stories, you can text and all that stuff. And after all that, now Instagram is used as a really good platform to showcase your skills or to build an online portfolio, especially if you're in the industry of photography, cinematography. Maybe you're selling few products like brands or just like normal homemade products. Instagram is a great way of actually more like socializing or publicizing that thing that you have, reaching a higher audience and getting more followers and all that kind of stuff. And one important factor out of all that goes in Instagram is the grid itself. So when you do a post, if you go on your profile, I will show you with mine. So if I'm going on my profile, it's the first option, it's a grid. So after what you have as your intro or whatever you want to keep as to showcase who you are, you write that in the bio section, and below that, below the buttons, highlights and all that, you will have a grid. Now obviously you can do it in a single picture or you can just go in the tags and stuff, but we are going to be focusing on the grid. Many brands, not even just brands, if someone really wants to know who you are, want to see your work, they will go in the grid view and want to look over, have a look. What does it look like? It means, okay, are you having a really good knowledge of colors? Are you actually putting that much effort or are you just putting it in himself? For me, I never really focus on the grid just because of the type of content I make. Like if I'm posting a video, for example, about this microphone, I just posted a picture of the microphone. That way it's just easier if someone knows that, okay, there's a video about microphone, it's about this particular microphone. I could have posted something else. Many people do that. And another really good example of what I meant by having a nice grid is Peter McKinnon. If you look at his grid, you can see, okay, so on the top is winters. If you come from the bottom, it's all the different colors and it totally fades into winter. And this is what us brands and other people who really want to know what you have done looks at. Obviously now I don't really do that stuff, but this very easy way you can actually do this. You can pre-plan stuff. Now I know Peter does it. There are other people, what they will do, they will actually create a new Instagram account, a fake account or something that no one knows about, and what they will do, they will post this picture, it could be a private account, and post the picture. Before you post it, they will post it there and make sure the grid looks nice, it all looks nice, it all comes together nice. Sure, that's a great way of doing it, but what if you don't want to make a new account, or that's just way too much for you to do. So today I'm actually going to be focusing on that. So apart from my grid, let's jump right into it. So I will be using the Photos app. Now you don't have to be on iOS, you don't need to have an iPhone, iPad. You can do this on an Android phone. You can have a Google Pixel, Samsung Galaxy, anything works. It doesn't even have to be Galaxy's, Android, any platform. This is usually the common thing. So now what I want you to do is use the real native Photos app that comes with the phone. So don't download anything extra for this feature. Use a native app. And for example, what I've done, so if I'm going to be showing on iOS, right? So if you look at the bottom right corner where it says albums, if you go on albums, I have few albums. One is the camera roll, which has all the pictures and stuff, but this I made another album called Instagram, and this is where I put pretty much every single post I've done on Instagram. I put it up here. But now if you see on the right side, there's a column with just blacks. You don't really get this. So usually on Photos app, or usually even on Android, when you open an album or something, you have a grid of columns of 4. And if you check Instagram, it has columns of 3, and you can't really know how good your image will look. Now on Android, some Android phones, some Android versions let you customize this option where you can say you want a single grid, double grid, 3 grid, like a 4 column section. If you have that device, that's great. Put it on 3 grid and that's just like Instagram. What if you don't have that? So that's the case with the iOS. You don't really get that stuff. What we're going to be doing is what I've done is replacing the right column with blank images, or pretty much just opaquing that so you don't really see that, and all your eyes, when you have an image, you're going to be focusing on the left side, and you will get a a wide view of, or more like outside view of what your whole grid will look like. Usually key thing what I've learned, when brands come to your accounts, they look at top 9 pictures, the top 9 posts, so the first 3 rows columns of your Instagram grid. And usually, as I'm not doing this, but let's just say you are trying to make a color scheme, you're going from colors, you don't have to be seasons, you can do seasons, season change, you can have color change, you can have object change, there's lots of stuff you can do. Now as you can see, this is not my real Instagram grid, but the colors are off, then nothing matches, right? You won't have this, as I showed you with Peter's example, something you want. So let's just get straight into how would you actually put that line. It's really simple. With albums, the reason why we're using albums is because albums let you move pictures down the way you want. So let's just say I've taken these, but you don't have to, you won't have it obviously. Let's open the camera, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to place it on the table or put it on any surface which is black. You can have white, you don't really have to be black. I'm just going to take a picture, and now make sure your flash is off when you take the picture. Now as I have the picture, I'm going to open the picture up, and now see it's, you can see the black, it's perfect picture, but there's a bit of lines. If you really are into like you want a pure black picture, just go and edit colors, lights, and just drop the light all the way down. It's a really nice black picture, just you can use it as a black background. You have this. What you want to do is, now you can put it as a favorite to make it easier. Now what you want to do is click on the bottom left corner with the share icon is, and click on add to album. Now when you do add to album, it will give you Instagram. This you won't really have this because I made the Instagram unless you have other albums, but for this what we're going to do is we're going to create a new album, and I'm going to click on new album, and I'm just going to name it IG. So IG, and press save. Now this picture, it sent it over the IG. Now I want to put it out there, not everyone knows this. When you put an image into an album, it does not make a copy of it, it does not move the image, it just makes a link to it. So it's not like, let's just say I take a picture, that picture, if I put into 20 different albums, that does not mean I have 20 different images. I still have that one image which is in my camera roll. Albums, think of it as a way to sort your stuff out. Let's just say you like taking pictures of cars, and now you want to put something, want to find a picture of cars, there's tons of pictures in your camera roll. You just go in album, go in cars album, and then you will be able to get what you want. So that's what the album is really for. You don't really have to use it as a way of just posting everything on site. So use albums, divide that what you're doing. Now as I have this, so if I go in IG, so only one picture, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in my Instagram, and I'm going to select all these images that I have, and I'm going to click on add to at the bottom right bottom corner, bottom center, and click IG. This way all the new link is made, no images being copied, you won't run out of storage. And now if I go into my IG, so the one album that I just made, you can see all my images there. Obviously they are not in order, you would want to make them in order, but the cool thing that albums let us do is rearrange these images. So let's just say I have this black image, the plain black on the top left corner. I can just hold my finger on it, don't 3D touch, just hold it, and I can drag it to the bottom right corner, and it will just change the layout. Now it's a 3-grid layout if you ignore the blacks, and all you have to do is, instead of bringing them from bottom, like if I can bring it all the way up, I can just use my other hand, bring it towards the end, or if you just click up here, open that image, share, and let's just go in duplicate, scroll a bit, and once you do duplicate, go back, and it's right up here, and I can just put it right next to it. Now this way you can do it as long as you want, you can take it as long down as you want, and now you have a 3x3 grid, and now you can rearrange your pictures. So let's just say I want a picture of, these are pictures I took near Niagara Falls, right? So I want to make a grid out of these pictures. Obviously I can just replace them, and let's say I want to put this in here, and all, you get the idea, right? Basically you can move things around, and at the end when I'm done everything, I'm satisfied, I can see the overall image. So if you just look at it, I can see on the right side it's just a plain column, the black column, but on the left side are the images. And now if I open someone's Instagram, whether it's mine, I will see those images, and I can say, okay, this color doesn't look nice, I'm going to move that up, I don't want to post it right now, and all that stuff. So this is a really cool way, easier way, built in. You don't need any other apps and stuff to actually just know how your grid will look before posting. Because let's just say if you have lots of followers, you cannot mess this up. Like you mess this up because you post a picture, you don't like it, you delete it, because there are lots of people who will actually able to see that picture, and they will like, why is it deleted, and all that stuff. So it's a good idea to pre-plan what you post. Always have, I usually, when I'm posting a picture, I will save it as a draft and post it after like a few days. That way I'd have enough time, enough break from that picture, and now when I'm looking at it, I might see mistakes, or I might see something wrong with the caption. So that's what I do. Now that was pretty much with Instagram stuff that I really wanted to cover, especially when you're doing it, you get the idea. Now let's talk about the mic. And if you were just here for the Instagram video, that's pretty much done. I won't really be covering anything else after that. So now let's talk about the microphone, as we are done about the Instagram. What you want is, so you got a camera up here. So you got the camera and you have a microphone with a mount. I don't have that with me, but pretty much you put it on top of it, and that's how you use it. What I said in the comment was, you want to make sure this road text that's on the microphone is facing up, so away from the ground. Now the reason why I said that was, you can have a mic up here and it's perfectly fine, the road is facing up. But however, if you want to have a rig and you have a mic up here, you want it to face up. You don't want it to be like this where the road is on the left side. As let's just say you have the mount, right? The mount goes down. Now if you want to put it on the side, the camera goes like this and the road is facing on the left side. You don't want that. You always at all times want the road to face up. And the main reason for that is, if you look at these grooves, right, these openings for the microphone, the openings are actually on the left and right side. So if you look at the Rode microphone, there's one opening on the left and one is on the right. And now if you're like, let's just point it upwards, your audio will mess up. You will like, it's a different audio, this is not what I recorded. So it's always a good idea. It does not take long when you're filming, recording. Just before you press the record button, just make sure this road is always facing up. And if you want to know more about the extra tips I talked about, what I think about this microphone, I will put a link in the description below for the video, or you can just check the top tags to do that. That's pretty much it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to press the like button, and if you think the information was valuable enough that someone who does Instagram on daily, their main goal is about building an audience on Instagram, building that influence on others, maybe share this video with them in case they don't know how to organize their grid. It might help them, it might help you, and it will help me. Subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification, that way you get notified, because YouTube does not like notifying people if you don't press the bell notification. Usually you will see it in the subscription feed, but sometimes you won't. So it's a good idea, it's an amazing idea. Press the bell icon, that way you get notified. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter, anywhere you want, because I do keep both of them up to date. So if I post something on Instagram, 99% it will also go on Twitter. They both of the Instagram tags are same, at Saksham5j, even for Facebook and everything. All links will be in the description below. If you want to see which gear I use, I just updated my kit profile, so I will leave a link to that also below. And apart from that, thanks for watching. I have really cool videos coming out soon, so I will see you next week.